Hi, good afternoon, friends and members from TFIA. My name is Lian Ye. Actually, I represent 45,000 people worldwide working in a textile company. Our company name is Sunrise. And Sunrise is a global integrated company. We grow cotton in China, a very unique name called Shanghai Cotton to honor Chinese farmers. And then we do spinning, and we do dyeing, and we do global delivery logistics for big brands like Polo, Hugo Boss, Burberry, Lacoste. And luckily, I cannot make my trip to Australia this time since I will be in Europe for my business trip. But I really wish a big success to your conference today. And water on the textile is very difficult because we have a lot of different components and chemical inside it, and different factory using different dye stuff. We have a lot of painful experience looking for technology. This is something we really lack of in the market right now. A lot of people come into you because they understand you have a problem with, we have 10,000 tons wastewater every day. And people give us different things. So we have to build up a very big lab. I'm joking that my lab is bigger than MIT lab because we have to do three literature as today, three different testing with three different technology. And this will be interesting if we build up together an interesting platform or lab to share the technology, and people can save a lot of money, and we can definitely ban a lot of bad people outside this industry. I always say that instead of you give me penalty, why not you give me incentive and give me the money to develop. For example, 3 years ago, we started the investment, and now we get, luckily with the new water policy, we get around. But you should see a very, very sad story. In some area of China now, a lot of small factories have to close. And will happen in Vietnam, in Bangladesh one day. So sharing this one as a global is interesting for people to understand, and then they can learn. And I think quickly everybody is a good learner because it's a surviving problem for everybody. My son is 17 years old and he's doing a water treatment company. His idea inspiration is from, hey, my parents is polluted water, and why not I try to use the technology to save the world by cleaning it up. My son's project is doing this water recycling. So currently we're doing 80% of the polluted recycled back to the production, which means that we have 80% less pollution to the outside world. And I think this is the right attitude for everybody to think about it. People talking about organic cotton now, everybody is going in rush to use organic cotton. But my question to you is that how you dye the organic cotton, how you use what you use the dye stuff, how you make the fabric. Nobody is chasing on that part. So our industry had to be a vertical, whole chain supervised. Organic cotton with the right process can make a right solution, right result. NGO, before, people are trying to raise money, donate money, but money is not the solution here. If we can build an NGO platform, putting globally technology on the platform, knowledge, technology, and information, and give people free to use, which means global sharing. If you have a global sharing exchange platform, people in Bangladesh can read any problems happen in China already, and they can learn. But instead of they waiting for a long time, and then after they happen to them again. And we can learn people in Italy what they do, and now we get experience. So everybody is learning from this NGO platform, and NGO at the same time set up a kind of standard. How you can do this to make it achieve in this way, and what's the standard you should achieve. So NGO should be a learning center for people. That's my idea. I've been working with a lot of brands for the past 14 years since we started business ourselves. And before, my husband and I were working for another company for 20 years. So what's my expectation to brands? I've been joining a lot of meetings and a lot of awards from different brands for the best world supplier or world supply award. But My expecting to brand is that nowadays brand have to be spend more time with the factory to understand what the factory need. I always see teasing the brand. During the past 5 years, the market is quite challenged. And FOB never increased. We understand, but how all the factories survive with the government increase on the salary minimum and then increase on the electricity and increase on the water, wastewater charges. And now we are facing the big challenge to make a green factory, which is not cheap. And everybody survive. That's very important case. So which means we still have a space to grow together. But at this point, at this year, I strongly urge the brand to be involved as a partnership with the factory. Instead of you host the seminars and you go into the factory, maybe brand should be finance the factory to do the green factory together and become a partnership heavily involved in the green challenge and green campaign. For example, my daughter is doing interesting case that she is taking all the extra little ions, 2 kilograms, 3 kilograms, we normally throw them away. But then we are trying to donate to local society. For example, women that they working at house and they can literally buy the handwork and weave out into nice handkerchief. And also, we are talking to a very creative idea. We're using this extra yarn, recycle them into a paper, and you put a seed in the paper to make a nice hand tag. So for example, after the hangers put on the shirt, normally you throw them away. But the shirt, you wear them if it's biodegradable. And then the hand tag, you put it on, you will read the instruction. After that, what happened to it? It will grow into a tree. How's that? A lot of ideas happening. Just imagine you get up in the morning and then you put on your VR glass and you put your system that Mr. Michael Spencer will wear something green today. And then you get out the street and you saw him literally naked, but you saw him in gray. Is that will happen? Personally, I don't agree with that. New technology is coming, but people still have to wear clothes. Maybe one day, I strongly believe robot will come. But who is designing the robot is very important. How robots involve in the textile business, that will be something interesting. And second thing is that the whole production process, how do you make it automation on the whole process? For example, you control the dyeing process, you can control the spinning process. On the spinning process, you can consider how to do the energy saving. On the dyeing process, how do you control the dye stuff you go in there? So personally, I think this is a big challenge with textile, with little investment, why you have to make it whole green. But the hope is very, very strong. You have to strong from the BCI cotton, for example, but you're going on the solar energy spinning, and you're going on the pure white veggie dye. And then you're moving on to the organic whole process with your finishing, and you're making a very green environment factory for people. That's a dream that I'm pursuing.